So we got this Gehl 1085 chopper, and the knives are, we can't sharpen them anymore. The stone can't get down below the knife enough to down to the knife enough to sharpen it. So we got to set the knives up. We've probably got 1.5 years on these knives. So we got to take this where the processor goes, take that out. There's, I think, maybe 5 or 4 or 5 bolts on each side. 3/4 inch wrench will take them out, and that'll take this whole assembly out. And then there's a bar that's stored right here that shows you where to set the knives to, and that slides in this little hole right here, and there's what the bar looks like. So we gotta take that stuff apart in order to get the bar in, and then we can start adjusting knives. All right, so we got all the bolts out of this. We're gonna try to grab a hold of it and get it out of there. Sometimes it's in there pretty tight. Grab a pry bar, pry up on the bottom. Looks like I still got a bolt in it somewhere. There it goes. There we go. Nice little mess. Looks like the mice had some fun in there. Okay, now we got to take out this spreader plate in here. So there's a couple of bolts, 3/8 bolts on the front here. So there are 2 larger bolts on the back that use a 3/4 inch socket, and then the 2 smaller bolts in the front, and there's still just one stuck in there a little bit. So we're gonna rattle it around here until we get out of there. There we go. Actually, those bottom ones didn't have to come out. So there, that's out. Now we can see our cutting cylinder real easily. All right, so I was wrong. The bottom one, the bottom 3/8 bolt does not have to come out. All right, so now we can slide this bar through, and it'll show us where to set our knives up to. You can see that they're wore down quite a bit. 1/4 inch or so. So we gotta loosen all the knives up, loosen up the shear bar. We're gonna run it through this way. Loosen up the shear bar, bring it, or we don't have to loosen up the shear bar, bring the shear bar all the way forward, away from the knives, and set the knives up to this bar. battery. Well, the DeWalt's not doing it. I'm gonna have to grab the Milwaukee and see if we can get them loose with that. Let's see if the Milwaukee can do it. Oh yeah, no trouble. A lot heavier duty one than the DeWalt apparently. Looks good. So I'm just gonna make a mark on it so that way we know we already set that one up. We'll loosen the next one up. So they're halfway snug. Clean it out. We'll set that one up. All right, so we've got a few of the knives set up, but we can't turn the drum any further because it's hitting on the shear bar. So now we're gonna back off the shear bar here and just adjust it with this, pushing the shear bar away from the knives, and then we gotta adjust the other side, the left side as well, with this big bolt here. All right, we got the knives all moved up. You can see they're moved up maybe, I don't know, half inch, a quarter to a half inch, something like that. So we just got to put all the panels back in, put it all back together, and sharpen the knives and set up the shear bar. One other thing I thought of is we're gonna have to back the sharpening stone off, so we'll just hold out on this and spin that backwards so we can get the sharpening stone. Right now it's set all the way down because the knives they couldn't hardly sharpen the knives. All right, so we got this bar in there. Now we're gonna put the processor, the blank in that goes where the processor goes, because we're chopping hay. Hopefully we can get her to set down in there without too much trouble. It's kind of a pain getting out, but it was full of old silage. Go. Looks like the bolts all line, or one of them lines up anyway. I can use this drift pin wherever I put that at to put the rest in over here. It's been abused. Make sure you don't leave any bolts or anything inside the knife cylinder, cutting cylinder. Looks for a bad day. All right, everything's back together. We just gotta sharpen the knives and adjust the shear bar, and we'll be ready to go to the field after we grease her up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button below. And if you want to see more videos like this come up in your feed, please subscribe to our channel. And if you want to find out when our next video comes out every week, hit that notification bell below, and that'll send you a notification when our next video comes out, which we try to send them out every week. Thanks a lot for learning more about our farm, and we sure appreciate it.